Okay.
So welcome back to group. Thank you for all being here tonight. I'd like to take just a moment to address any issues, any unfinished business that we might have from our last group. So anyway, does anyone have anything that's concerning them?
This son of a bitch right
Okay,
here.
Tracy, I need you to stop. I understand you look really angry at this point, and I acknowledge that you're very angry. However, I can't allow you in the group to use offensive language or hurtful language in the group, because we all did agree that it's a safe environment when we come here, and we all need to be respectful so that we can all continue to grow and learn from each other in the group. And we can work through your problem, but I'll just need you to, contain your anger a little bit, and then find some other words to use. Is that okay? Can we move forward? Okay, so welcome back to our stress management group. We're here at week number 3, and because we're going to be getting into some new areas today, I just wanted to make sure that no one has any thoughts or anything that they need to follow up from our last session, because we did cover quite a bit of material. Are there any comments or questions about last time? Tracy?
I have an issue with Sean from last week.
Okay, so Tracy, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it sounds like you're having an issue with another group member, Sean. And Sean, you look a little taken back by that information, like you're not quite understanding what that's about. So Tracy, are you willing to talk with Sean and see if we can't get this issue resolved?
Yes.
And Sean, are you willing to hear what Tracy has to say, so we might be able to work through this?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so Tracy, go on and tell us what your problem is with the group.
Last week, Sean, after group meeting in the hallway, I was talking with my boyfriend, and you brushed up unnecessarily close to him when he passed. I don't know what your intention was, and it's really bothering me. It concerns me, and so I would really like to understand, like, were you trying to make a move or something? I don't know. I don't understand. I'm very confused right now.
Okay, so Tracy, it sounds like you're upset with Sean about something that happened last week. So, and the feeling that you're, that you're having, the emotion that you're having, can you tell Sean about that?
I'm feeling very concerned and very confused, very upset. I would really like to understand. Am I missing something? Am I misunderstanding something? Because I didn't think you would be the type of person to just forwardly make a move on someone else's partner.
So Sean, can you reflect back what you heard Tracy just tell you?
Okay, Tracy, there was a moment that you were talking with your boyfriend, and I grazed upon him, and that made you feel uncomfortable, and you questioned my motives and my intentions, and you're just feeling confused about why that happened, and maybe just feeling a little distrusting about me, towards me.
Sean, can you tell us about the feeling that you had about that?
I don't remember doing this, but I remember last week I couldn't find my glasses, and I could barely walk in a straight line without my glasses. And I remember being in a hurry last week, and I do remember bumping into a couple people actually, but and I apologized, or I thought I apologized, but I just couldn't see, and I was in such a hurry, I just felt completely disoriented actually last week.
Thank you for sharing that, Sean. Tracy, can you reflect back what you heard Sean?
You feel very sorry that you did not intend anything by it, that you were just you were in a hurry, you couldn't see, and it was just a big misunderstanding.
Okay, thank you so much. Good. Okay, so
Well, I did it for you.
Okay. Well, you did. So welcome back to our grief group. It's week number 4 already, and I really appreciate everyone's contributions to the group so far. We've been talking in group, and I just feel like maybe it would be a good thing for us to be able to have a different activity to do tonight to help us in our journey. We've talked before about how grief it's a journey for us. We're all on a road of our own journey in grief, and we're all on different parts of that road. So, Sean, you may be in a different place than what Nofi is, and Tracy, you may be along the same path as Nofi, but very different from Sean. So it is a journey, and I think because we're in different places, that we can all learn from each other and how we've been able to handle our grief and how we express that. So I have an activity tonight, and as I mentioned, sometimes grief can kind of seem like a journey or a road. So I have some pictures of roads, and I'm just going to pass them around. And I would like for you to just have a look at a few and select one road that kind of feels like your journey in your grief, where you are in your journey right now. So just take a few minutes. You don't have to rush, and you all can pass them around. And just choose one that seems to reflect where you are on your road right now. If you don't find just the one that suits you, you can pass them on to the other person, and they might want to have a look. Sean, are you happy with your picture? And Nofi, you're happy with yours? Tracy, do you need some more selections?
I think I might.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, we had a lot of choices in the types of roads that we're on. And so if anyone would like to share, I'd like to know a little bit about why you chose that particular picture and what that particular road means to you as you're going through your grief process. Would anyone like to share first? And you do have the right to pass, and we can come back to you.
I like mine
Sure.
because there's got ups and downs, and that's how I feel. I feel like some moments I feel like I'm doing fine, and I'm maybe going up the hill, and then I have a moment where I have a breakdown, and I remember the loss, and I go down, and just also the breaks and the clouds. Sometimes I do see the light, and then sometimes it's just so overwhelming that I'm just in a shadow. But there's this pattern of light and shadow, so I know that I'll come out of it, and it looks like a smooth road. So I know that I will get through it without any troubles.
Thank you, Sean, for sharing. So it sounds like to me that you're relating to this photo because it does have some hills and some valleys. It has some light spots and some dark spots, and that kind of is reflective of your journey in grief. That sometimes you'll have a bright moment, and then before you know it, you're down into a valley again. That sounds about right? Correct. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else care to share?
Okay.
Nofi?
For me, this picture, like, there's no end for, like, the road. So, like, this is my dream. There's no end for my dream. And, like, I don't know, the animals maybe attack me in this place. It's like the problem I will face in the future. However, I will complete my dream.
Okay, yeah. So Nofi, thank you for sharing. So it sounds like you chose this road as it mirrors your grief and the fact that it seems never ending. That it's a long journey, in other words. And it also has some foliage, I don't know if you all can see that, that's hidden. She feels like maybe you're saying that you're feeling like maybe there's some obstacles that you're not fully aware of at this point in time that could pop up and interrupt your journey down the road. So, but eventually you do feel like there will be an end to it. You just can't see it at this moment. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Tracy, do you feel ready to share?
Yeah. I chose this one because it just seemed to be calm, the sun setting and everything, and I feel that that's where I am. I'm an overall sense of just very calming, but then the road does wind. And so to me, and then there are some, you know, dark spots with and that just for me is I'll have my moments of negativity, and I'll have my moments where it'll hit me, and no matter how calm, you know, or how even keeled I might be in my life, you know, at this stage, it hits me, and I'll remember, like Sean said, I'll remember the loss or what happened to me, and but you know, overall though, that's why I chose this picture. Though overall, it's calm and it's happy, but there are those, you know, those twists and turns.
So Tracy, thank you for sharing, first of all. And it does sound like you and Sean kind of have a little bit of parallels in the reason that you chose your picture. You're talking about overall, it looks like it's kind of a happy scene. You talked about your kind of sky that seems kind of happy, but along the way there's still some dark places to go to, and you're not really sure when those are coming. And I believe you shared kind of the same thing with your road as well. And it almost relates to what Nofi had to say about the hidden things in her picture, that there's still going to be these hills and valleys, and the valleys are the parts that we don't know exactly when they're coming. So I really appreciate. Does anyone else have anything they would like to add? Well, I really appreciate you all sharing, and